everyone, out and about science. Mr. G here, back with you at my second location here of the day. I'm at Gibbons Park here in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, and we're about to hike down to Irving Cliff. Now, a little bit about the cliff before we get there and just take in the breathtaking views of the town of Honesdale. Washington Irving came to this valley in this area back in the late 1800s and found and saw how beautiful it was and climbed to the summit up here of the cliff with his men and his company, and just wanted to take in the breathtaking views as it goes, and they named the cliff after him. So it's called Irving Cliff, or Irving's Cliff. And after he had done that and climbed to the summit here, he had they decided to build a hotel up here at the top, and big, luxurious, gorgeous hotel, and 200 guests, 150 rooms, all the most modern amenities at the time in the late 1800s. And I believe it was May of 1889, and they're getting the hotel, or June. It was supposed to open in June, the hotel, in 1889, and they had a fire in May, and it burnt down, and they never rebuilt it. So that's kind of the story of the legend of how it goes here. And so if you guys are ready, we're going to science on and take in some beautiful, breathtaking views. Okay, guys, so here we go. You guys come along here, and already starting to see some nice views here. And again, everything's starting to bloom in the trees. It's beautiful blue skies today, some nice cumulus clouds. It's going to be kind of maybe a little hard to see here, but give it our best shot. Got a little bit of a cliff here, and you guys can see covered in beautiful green moss and lichen. I'm liking what I see. And of course, all the nice beautiful buds on all the trees are starting to grow. Okay, continuing on here. Okay guys, so we're going to science on here. And even before we walk down the path, just saw this really cool, it's like a cell phone radio tower, antenna tower, up here on the top of the cliffs and the mountain over here on the side. Nice shot of that. Pretty blue sky in the background. Excellent. And again, as everywhere now in the spring, we have all different kinds of various different types of trees up here, and most of them are starting to bud, or at least get their buds here. So okay, nice little path here. It's a short walk here from the top of the road. It's not a really long walk, just a couple of minutes here, but again, this looks like maybe a little old tower of some sort here with wires, antennas of some sort, and they have a big giant star here. I would assume the town has erected that, and they light it up probably in the holidays. And ginormous star. You can see it's bigger than all the trees. Huge. But that looks gorgeous in the summer or in the wintertime at the holidays. So again, you're starting to get some of the views as we're walking here. The town. Oh, it's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Beautiful skies, cumulus cirrus clouds. That's Dyeberry Creek down there. The bridge is going over it. The very large complex behind it there, a little bit to the right, is Wayne Memorial Hospital, up here in Honesdale, I believe. And let me keep walking here. I don't know if you guys can see, maybe I'll zoom in here before I go. I don't know if you guys can tell. In the distance, up on top of the mountain, there are windmills up there. That is the Waymarch windmill farm up there. I believe there are 40 some windmills If I remember correctly, that's something I'll have to go back and check. It's been a while since I looked at it, but I think across the top of the mountain there are 40 some, maybe more, windmills, and they just kind of fall along the top of the mountain for miles. And let me zoom you guys back out here so you can kind of take in the town here in the valley. It's gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous views. Again, you can see they have a fence built up here. Gonna kind of keep people off the cliffs, off of course. Get a little bit closer down there. And again, just pan up. That star is just enormous and huge. What a great day. Glad you guys come along with me today. This is just fantastic. Slowly pan you guys through the valley here. It's beautiful. Again, you can see different cell towers and distances in the mountains. And a beautiful little town up here nestled in the mountains, northeastern Pennsylvania. Honesdale is a very old town. Very historic. Many old buildings here. And historic sites. Wonderful little shops, shopping. Sorry if it's a little windy. I'm up on top of a cliff here, so my apologies for that. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Of course, Honesdale, home to the Storebridge line. It's like a red-tailed hawk here, kind of flying by. I don't know if you guys got to see that at all or not. I would expect to find those here in the cliffs. But again, yeah, the Storebridge line. I've taken a ride on that. That is a train ride that you can take up here in Honesdale. It's been many years since I've done that though. But a great, wonderful little town, lots of nice little shops, and ice cream shops, and all kinds of variety little shops. Beautiful. Let's see if I can zoom in on that hawk for you guys at all. He's flying. But kind of hard to see. There you go. See if I can get them focused in there for you guys at all or not. Don't know what he's meant to do. A little bit more zoomed in. There's the hospital for you guys. A little closer picture of the creek. Video of the creek. And a couple more spots here to show you guys, so I'll be right back. So I'm going to take you guys along with me here, walk the fence, and a couple interesting things I want to kind of point out, and a couple things that I saw as I was looking out over the valley that I saw here along the fence line, at least anyway, that I found kind of interesting, and I hope you will too. So if you're ready, let's sign on. Okay, so as we come down here towards the fence, you can see it there. I got some rocks making up part of the mountain, part of this cliff face here, and again covered in lichen, so I'm liking it. And of course we have moss here as well. Often the two grow near each other. And the other thing that, is kind of interesting, you can see behind the fence there are other fence posts. So there was another fence here at one time. It has been replaced. Again, like I said, Washington Irving, and they were building that hotel up here in the late 1800s. So again, I don't see any remains of that here at all. I haven't really explored the grounds too much here. Maybe I'll do that in a little bit. But again, some really large rocks here making part of this cliff face up as we go. So get down close to the fence here in a second. Of course, wherever you have humans, oftentimes you find some trash and garbage. Unfortunately, looks like a McDonald's Happy Meal box from a child. And an older fence post out there, even further away, closer to the edge of the cliff. You guys can see that there. Hop on down here closer to the cliff and the fence here. And I'm walking on a cliff here in a little hill, so it's uneven ground, so bear with me. If you can and if you may. And you'll see lots of moss here as we go. Again, just pointing out those old fence posts. And you can even see here in this tree, we have some fence that has actually grown. The tree grew into the fence, so the fence grew into the tree. I've seen that in many places before. I've seen barbed wire in areas where there were once farms as well. Again, down here, so I gotta be careful. Not a lot of room here, but again, those wonderful views here. Everything's starting to bloom, bud. Got our moss growing on the rocks, along with our nice flaky lichen. And again, you look at all these rocks. I often say this in this area where we live, and look at these layering of these rocks. As you guys can see here, almost looks like they're stacked. Again, that's indications that there was water here, lakes, rivers, glaciers, ice, and mud, and those sediments build up year after year, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years, and through compaction, cementation of the layers, lithification of the rocks together, so to speak, forms those rocks over time. So coming up here, I think that I found kind of funny, but kind of, dare I say, sweet at the same time. I got a wasp here in the fence. Everything's starting to come out. Tried to avoid him. There are these locks all over the fence here. And I'm not really sure why. How they're here. To be exact, they look like the dial ones, like maybe you would find, well, some of them are, you would find on your lockers at school maybe. Maybe it could be something that has to do with kind of like a tradition of that. Of course, graffiti on the rocks, pretty common thing. Got another lock here, and another lock here. There's a little space there in between the rocks. Don't know if I'm going to fit through there. Definitely probably won't fit through the other one on the other side, so I think I'll stop the video here and switch off and see you on the other side. Okay guys, I'm back here. I'm on the other side, obviously, as you can see. And again, just want to show you a close-up of these rocks here. Again, you really get to see that slatey, that kind of texture to the rocks here. Again, that view of that big giant star down here by the cliffs. Alright, I'm going to continue on here walking along the fence here. One of the things I want to kind of point out here, and one of the most cool things is, what I want to do with the fence here, is we got all these things here in the ground from the old fence that was much closer to the edge of the cliff before. There's a whole bunch more down here. As we go. And you can really see, you know, that fence was really close to the edge of the cliff at one time. Obviously, lawsuits were probably a lot less common back in those days if someone would have fallen as they would be today. And there's no trespassing signs here or anything like that, so I think we will take a little walk out here on these cliff edges here and get a little bit better view in a little bit. You don't have to hop the fence, so that's a good thing to do that. Again, as we're walking here, get to see more of those old fence posts that were concreted, so to speak, into the rocks. Again, really right on the edge of the cliffs. And again, we're pretty close to the edge of the cliff here. I'm behind the fence still. Gives you kind of a little bit of a perspective. And I'll slowly pan you up, give you that idea of how high we really are. Again, more of those fence posts as we go. See there through more graffiti or concrete from the fence post. We'll take a little bit closer look out there in a second. Oh, here's another lock on the fence here. This one's got two people's names, Allie and Jonah. Maybe they decided to date or seal their love here together forever, right? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Kind of an interesting talk point, though, I have to admit. Okay, so we're coming on up to the end of the fence here on this side. And there's no signs here. But this is part of the cliff system here. Obviously looking pretty straight down. It is pretty vertical there. Again, I gotta be careful here. I'll give you guys some views of the cliffs here on this side. Obviously, I'm on the mountainside here, so you know we have the mountain coming up down there. So it's not sheer here as it is on the other side. But all right. Oh, look at that fence post. That's really on the side of the cliff there. Wow. Maybe that's where the old fence ended. I don't see any more on the other side, so maybe that's it. Okay, we're on the other side of the fence here now. Kind of pan you guys back. Looking up at that star. Kind of our reference point here. Kind of neat. I'm not going to go down there. It's pretty flat over there, but I think I'm going to walk over here and give us a little bit better perspective. Gotta be careful though. Oh, there's tons of bugs out here today. Got some trees here. So excuse me, I apologize for that. Trees. Okay. Again, see if I can zoom out here a little bit, give you a little bit better perspective of the cliff. Now, I really do not like heights at all. I'm one of those people that get absolutely dizzy looking at stuff and lose my balance for no reason. It just throws my equilibrium all off. I really do not like heights at all. Crazy. Something I've always been petrified with. So I'm kind of freaking out here a little bit. So I apologize. For that a little bit. Awesome. Another wonderful, beautiful day in Northeast PA. Okay guys, just coming up off the cliffs and just want to kind of look at this. This is a ginormous telephone pole. That was a big tree. Boy, that's enormous. I'll have to walk up to that, give you guys a size perspective if I can. Again, I'm about 5'11", so I'll give you an idea how big that is. That is enormous. Looking at it, got some shanks out on the bottom, and looks like a kind of a little metal rod going through the top. So maybe they had a flag or something on top of it. I don't really know. If any of you guys know, please leave it down below in the comment section. If anyone knows any more about this spot, provide me a little bit more information. Like I said, in a second, we're gonna go walk the perimeter of this and see if we can find any old structures or anything. Again, I don't remember. I don't know where the hotel exactly was. This was just kind of a spur of the moment. Kind of stopped for me. I had to come up in this area to go to Home Depot, so figured we'd stop by and see what we got. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we go. Continue on our path to see if we can find anything here as we walk around the edge of the cliffs here. Just everything's coming alive. On life, weeds, everything. Everything's starting to turn green. April showers, it's not May 3rd. April showers really do bring May flowers. Again, just beautiful moss. Starting to turn that vibrant green color. Just excellent. Our lichens covering all of our trees and our rocks. It's absolutely beautiful. It's all about getting out and about. I can hear some different birds. I see some birds every now and again here flying through the woods. I saw some hawks today, some blue jays. And I'm hearing some other birds. I'm not quite sure what they are. But wouldn't rather spend any other better time than being out here. It's relaxing, it's calm. Usually run into some people time to time, every now and again, have similar interests to you. They're out and about as well, enjoying Mother Nature, what she has to offer. It looks like we got a lot of trees down here over in the woods. I don't know. Oh, we got some interesting things here, guys. So one, we have a telephone pole here, the wire. So there's power nearby going down. I'm not sure if there's a trail here or not. I do see a sign down the path here. We'll have to check that out. I haven't been down there yet. But right here, we have some concrete with bricks. And I'm not really sure if that was a chimney or not, or what it may have been from at all. Then my pen over here, we got some stacked stones. And it looks kind of square here in the corner. I'm not really sure what that's from, what it may have been from. This was definitely a structure here of some sort. Okay, let's continue our investigation here up on the top part. Out of the woods now. So this is the top part where this area is. It's kind of like overgrown. Looks like Mother Nature kind of took back everything here. Really can't notice anything from the top part here at all. Like I said, it's like they're cleaning out this whole area for something, cutting down trees and bulldozing up all the brush. Not really sure. Here's the other corner of that structure. Again, if you look here, you kind of see more of those flat rocks kind of going into the ground where it may have been at one time. Interesting. So there's a little sign over here. Let me see what it says. It says, if you guys can read that, Dead Man's Cave Trail. Huh. Is that a Boy Scout symbol? I'm not really sure. If anyone knows, please let me know. Kind of interesting. kind of a mystery. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm just going to turn around here and wrap it up here today because we're back at the car here today. So this is the second of our 2 stops. Of course, first place was Tanner's Falls in northern Wayne County. We're down here in Honesdale now, a little bit further south at Irving Cliff. And I hope you enjoyed everything today. I had a blast this morning getting out, kind of unplanned. Just knew I had to come up here, and I figured I'd see if I can find a couple places to stop and do some filming for you guys on my trails and on my travels. And I'm glad I did. It was a wonderful day, so thank you for coming out with me today and spending some time. Beautiful northeastern Pennsylvania. Hopefully you found something that you're interested in as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification button for notifications of new videos being posted. And have a wonderful day.